Hello YouTube. I'm taking over my wife's channel again. She's not feeling well. Last thing on her mind was doing a video because she's sick. She felt nausea, upset stomach, and some other stuff. Anyway, so I'm up here in my office. She did want to tell you guys she's up to, like, I think 702 subscribers. Giveaway coming soon, possibly next Wednesday, maybe later, something like that. But other than that, like I said, she is sick. That's why her weigh-in's not posted. She'll see you guys Wednesday. In the meantime, check out my channel. I'm gonna have an important video coming up here pretty soon. I'm gonna do it tonight as soon as I get done with this one. Let's see what's going on in this house. Not much. Our daughter graduated kindergarten last Friday. We're so proud of her. Today she had the Awana Awards. She had participation. She didn't finish her book yet because she got stuck on memorizing the books of the Bible. So hopefully next year she'll have a couple books done. She'll get that book done and then the next one. But I know myself and her uncle are working on it, trying to get her going. My wife, when she can, she's doing it. Now that summer's here, we could probably get her to start memorizing that stuff. Getting her to recite it once Awana starts back up is a different story. But that's about all. I know I've only done 2 minutes. What else has gone on? Next month will be the 1-year anniversary of my dad passing away. It's still a little hard to believe because I wasn't up there when he was sick. I was up there visiting him. I visited him once when he was terminally ill. Basically said my goodbyes, and then I went to the funeral. But had I been there longer and saw him deteriorating and suffering with the cancer. He had bone cancer and lung cancer. And then while he was going through chemo, he ended up getting a stroke. And for anybody who knows anything about that, doctors and stuff like that, when you have a stroke, you have to stop all medication so your body can heal from the stroke. And therefore, chemo had to stop. Now, my dad was always questioning it because he was told that even with chemo, all it was doing was prolonging his life. It wasn't going to cure it. It wasn't going to go into remission. And so he started saying to the doctors, why am I even doing this? Why am I prolonging it? And he prolonged it enough to see myself and his granddaughter come and visit, as well as his brother. And my dad lived in Minnesota. His brother lived in Missouri. I lived in Mississippi. So we both got to go up there and visit him, and we were there, both of us were there at the same time. So I got to see my uncle, who I hadn't seen in a long time. And his advice to me was, because you and your brother live so far apart, don't lose contact with each other. He says, this was at the funeral when he told me this, he said, because when your dad passed, I didn't know him. I knew him when he was younger, but I didn't know the adult. Because they did separate. My dad stayed in Minnesota. My uncle moved to Missouri. And we may have seen each other on, once in a while with Christmas time when my grandmother was alive. But when my grandmother passed, he stopped coming around. He didn't until my dad was sick and he came to visit. So he regrets that. I don't want to be like my uncle. I don't want to regret not seeing my brother enough. That said, it was his birthday yesterday, his 40th. I did call him and talk to him for a while. And sometimes I just wish that I did live up closer to him so I can keep in contact with him a lot better. I know Skype, YouTube, telephone, instant messages, but he doesn't talk much. And when we do get on there, we really don't have much to say. We're not catching up on each other's lives. And if you're wondering why the background's changing a lot, it's because I'm holding this with my hand. But the 1 year anniversary is coming up, and my wife's giveaway is coming up. That's a positive. And my daughter is going into first grade come August. I'm still not used to school starting in August. When I went to school started day after Labor Day and ended the Friday before Memorial Day. And we had the whole summer off. Now, some schools go into June. Some schools, like this one down here, start in August. So she's only going to get maybe 2.5 at the most, 2.5 months of summer vacation. And they claim there's not enough time to teach these kids what they need to know moving up. But yet you look at the test scores, they're below average. And this ain't just for this area. This is for across the nation. I keep hearing about how we're falling behind in math and science. We're falling behind in education. New York City, I don't know what their year is like. I do know that their charter schools have a 80% passing rate, whereas their public schools are like 20% passing, 20% graduating rate. So there is problems in the school system. I remember going to school, and this is back when, school was good. It was someplace where, I learned everything I needed to know, through 12th grade. And we started in September and ended in May. We had snow days, because it was Minnesota, built into it. So come the end of the year, if they didn't use the snow days, we kind of had a few days to relax, where it wasn't so heavy on the education, because they planned it to where so many days of education. Down here, they complain there's not enough education. We can't give them enough education, and they say they have to cut. Not just here, but they have to cut PE. They have to cut music. They have to cut all these programs because kids can't learn enough, and they're going to cut cursive writing. And it just, to me, I guess I did find a topic, but to me it's just, I don't see how they can get rid of cursive, because every time you buy something big, a house, a car, every time you sign up for something, you have to sign your name. And signatures are cursive, not printing. So I don't know how that works. The times I've bought my house, refinanced my house, bought my cars, it was all paperwork. No computer, no put your thumb here, nothing of that. None of that. Now, I'm sure some places have that, but not everywhere in the U.S. So we need to keep learning signatures, which means cursive. PE. And they wonder why the kids are getting overweight. They try and blame the school lunches. They try and blame the lunches that people take to school. No, it's because you got rid of PE, you got rid of recess, where these kids can burn off the energy. There was a movie, Super Size Me. The guy gained weight because he was eating McDonald's all the time. Well, he was also driving everywhere. He was also sitting in front of his TV and computer all the time. There was a woman who, right after that movie came out, tried it, and she was losing weight. Why? Because she walked the mile to McDonald's, ate the meal, and walked back. She was burning off the calories. So, don't give it a PE. Don't get rid of recess. Let the kids burn off the energy. Music. Dear God, please keep the creativity flowing. We don't want a bunch of mindless robots that know exactly how to spell and how to do math all the time. Computers are taking over that. But computers can never do creativity. And art and music are creative. It sparks creative minds. And, I mean, to me that's important. Creativity. Because not everything is inside the box. Solutions come from outside the box, and you need that creative mind. You need that creativity spark, those creativity wiring in your head from that school gives you to be able to see outside the box sometimes. But I know this is jiggling all over the place because my arm's getting sore. So I will see you guys later. My wife will take over the channel. She said Wednesday. So, you know, as my brother-in-law says, I'll be praying for her to get better. So, send your best wishes, send your prayers. You'll see her Wednesday. You'll see me on my channel, and I might take over this channel again. Never know. Alright, see ya. And the way she says it, stay on track, like, comment, subscribe, share, stay motivated. All that. Well, you know her routine better than I do, okay? I admit, I don't watch every single one of her videos, and I don't have that whole ending memorized, but that's what it is. Alright, take care, guys.